What is going on, guys? It's Jaren, also known as Psycho, and today I'm bringing you a little Titanfall 2 commentary. Now, not only is this really just for an upload for the day, but it's also kind of to let the developers know a little thing about Titanfall, maybe that they didn't know about, or just some experiences that you guys may have not experienced that I got to experience, and just all around pretty much a review about Titanfall. So, I don't really like to do these kind of uploads just because I sit here and talk into a microphone. But I mean, I felt like this one kind of needed to be done, not only as, like I said, an upload, but also because, I mean, they're looking for videos like this to kind of let you guys know how the game is. So I decided to make one, and here we are. So I don't like to mess around, so let's just get right into the game. This one, I think this is Boomtown, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure this is Boomtown playing Pilot versus Pilot. It's like a TDM. It's not a bad game mode overall. You can see I have like a level 100 R201 because I know like the absolute living crap out of this game throughout the entire weekend. Does that say words? Does that speak words? Does my actions with an R201 being level 100 speak words to you? I love this game. I don't think I would ever trade it for the world right now. However, that's not what I'm here for. I'm not just here to say, oh, this game's great, go buy it. No, that's not what I'm about. I'm here to talk to you primarily about what the game is and how it functions. So hands down, easiest, smoothest gameplay I've ever seen on a console, period. I felt like I was playing it on PC with a controller. That's how great it felt. I have never ever felt like this game was going to be smooth. I didn't think it was ever going to be smooth as this is, and it's fantastic, and it's just wonderful. I don't think I could ever have a smoother experience. I've played Titanfall 1 on PC, and that was pretty smooth, but this one has the perfect engine and perfect mechanics to the game that just smoothens it all out perfectly. The wall running and everything is really actually quite nice. It's not like overwhelming. People didn't like BO3 because it was too futuristic. However, we all know that Call of Duty really wasn't meant to be a futuristic game. We all kind of grew up on the fact that it was boots to the ground warfare, and then they introduced the whole wall running and double jumping and stuff like that. This game was made futuristically. Like, it wasn't meant to be boots on the ground. You were meant to be able to chain your movements, example, wall running to sliding off of stuff, to actually maneuver around the map. That's how it worked. And it's not a really bad experience at all. I prefer wall running and sliding into stuff. Like, that's what you're supposed to do, to maneuver your map very, very cautiously and yet really, really easily. It doesn't feel like I was forced to wall run at one spot. I felt like I could have either sat down on the ground if I wanted to, or I could have maneuvered quickly across the map to go get the kills if I chained my movements together, which is a great system. If you're wall running, you do get like a little bit of a speed boost, and then of course sliding as well. It does grant you the distance, so you will able to go from spawn to spawn and still be able to pick people off from their spawn point. Speaking of spawns, great spawns, by the way. I didn't find that, I was spawned out of action. If I was spawned in somewhere, I always felt like I could get there in about 5 seconds or less. It felt like I was just naturally, I don't know how to explain it. I was just naturally in combat at all times. I felt like I wasn't searching for the combat like I am in Call of Duty sometimes when I don't know like map flow enough, or even Battlefield is a slower paced, FPS, and you have to kind of run. Of course, you can spawn on the objective point where there's action, but there's also that like time where if you pick a random spawn point, you're probably going to spend a couple of seconds running into the actual action. This game, I felt like I was always in the action. I felt like I could run about a couple of feet and then always find someone to shoot, which is fantastic. I love fast-paced shooters like this. Black Ops 2 Nuketown. You guys know that I like to play Black Ops 2 and 3 Nuketown even. That was because I was always in the action. There was always somewhere to shoot, or someone to shoot, excuse me. And it was always like I was spawning into the action. Now, I do want to get into the little downsides about this game because, this game isn't all just sugar and spice and everything nice. So one kind of downside of this game is the party system right now. I do believe it's just a bug to the alpha, being how early in stages of the game that we played. But it felt like I was inviting my friends, and then we'd all party up. We'd all play one game together, and then it would completely just kick them from all our parties. and we were never actually able to play more than one game without getting disconnected from each other. Now, like I said, I'm pretty sure this is just a bug, but I would really hope that this does get fixed. They even acknowledged that there was a problem with hitting the invite friends button. So you'd have to kind of invite into your network, and then your friends would actually have to join your network first and everything. That's kind of a bad thing. But like I said, the invite system is kind of weird at the moment. I'm hoping they fix it for weekend 2 because, again, this is only first weekend. But overall, it was a solid game. When we played together as a party, it wasn't a problem at all. It was a very fantastic experience. I think I may have experienced one problem when I was playing with friends, and that was just because it put him on one match and me in another, and it was really, really odd. Also, speaking of problems about party systems, it was a really smooth experience. However, there was another thing that I just thought about. The one time that I was playing with friends in a party, we got into our second game. We actually we had to back out, invite him again, but it ended up putting us on opposite teams. Now, I don't, party systems kind of, to me, feel like you should be on the same team. I don't know if that's just something, again, to do with pre-alpha being how early in the game it is that we're playing, but I also feel like that should be fixed for weekend 2. Maybe that's just my opinion. I don't know. Another kind of problem that I encountered was definitely the pistol, the RE45 auto pistol. I felt like that thing was being a little overused, one, and two, it was a little more powerful. The R201C R201 in general, is a fantastic rifle. It is one of the most powerful in the game, in my opinion. You can kill very quickly with it, especially if you aim for the critical spot on your opponent's body. It is a very, very great weapon. Now, the RE45 pistol, if you don't know what that is pretty much a Glock 18 on Modern Warfare 2. It's a fully automatic pistol, and it kills extremely quickly. Now, I don't know, maybe this is just my personal preference, and maybe I'm just getting really, really picky here, but I feel like a pistol should not be able to kill within a couple of shots. I feel like a pistol, especially an auto pistol, being really fast firing, is a sidearm for a reason. I don't feel like people are using it as their primary in this game, and that I don't really want that. I know Call of Duty people use it all the time for pistols their primary, but let's not talk about that. That's not what a sidearm is supposed to be. A sidearm is supposed to be pulled out when you have no ammo in your primary. Speaking of ammo, now we're moving on to topics, but I don't see an ammo counter on the R201 at all. I see you have this many bullets, but how many mags do I actually have, or how many bullets of ammo do I actually have before I run out? Because I've never ran out of ammo in this game. I didn't run out at all with the R201 ever, and I didn't really run out much in the Anti-Titan, even though I knew how many bullets I had left. I think it was a rocket launcher that I knew I had how many left. But there wasn't a definite answer of how much I actually had in terms of ammo, and it wasn't one thing that I would say is bad, but it's just it felt like I had unlimited ammo, even though I don't think you should. So maybe we do, and I don't know it, but maybe we also don't, which would be great. But I would also like to know how much ammo in specifics that I have, so I know how to conserve my bullets. Now, moving on to another topic is the recoil. This game is actually really cool because they don't add recoil like Battlefield to where it would be overwhelming. You're not pulling the trigger and your character's not aiming straight towards the sky. However, it's also not like Call of Duty where you can hold the trigger for about 20 seconds and not move an inch. That's not the way this game works. This game has recoil. It's moderate recoil, I'll put it that way. It is very moderate recoil. Actually even closer to mild recoil. But you can't hold down the trigger at a medium to long range scenario and expect your crosshair to stay on there. You actually have to maneuver your crosshair to stay on that person, or even burst fire. That's one thing that I've found that I had to do at a medium to long range engagement, was hold down the actual trigger. I had to maneuver my crosshair down to actually keep on the person's face or body or something of that sort, and it was a fantastic experience overall. I don't have a complaint about the recoil at all. I actually really like recoil in the game. But this gameplay is wrapping up, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is kind of my little 2 cents on Titanfall right now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all the jazz. And it's been Psycho. I'm out. Later.